and I just have too much juice left. And I want to work with people, and I get a great bang out of seeing people grow. And the best thing that I love the most is finding someone, a young man or young woman, or a middle-aged man or a middle-aged woman. Well, I don't think I can do that, and then showing them, and then a year later or 2 years later, they've done it in spades. They've succeeded beyond their expectations. That's a real high for me.
Mm. Oh, that's wonderful. It's like pay it forward mentality, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
That's great.
You have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what drives the passion. And so there's also one thing I wanted to speak about here about the Quantum Leap, the action plan. Your deals and acquisitions, the external growth that happens. I know the internal growth about raising capital and everything else, and the working capital, but the external growth. Can you speak just a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, it's easier to buy revenue than it is to create it, and I believe in acquisitions, growth by acquisition. You have your regular organic growth, which you just alluded to, but I mean almost all the big companies in the world today, from General Motors, who's in trouble, to Microsoft, you name them, they all grew by acquisition and buying other companies and using other people's money, OPM, to finance, whether it's a bank or an institution or individuals, to leverage yourself so you can be more than one person. And so we go through an acquisition regimen. In addition to the raising capital, we have a section on raising capital. We have a section on mergers and acquisitions, or acquiring other companies. And you start off slowly. You acquire small companies, and the people in virtually every industry, from people that own shoe stores to the people that own Subway franchise, that want to get out. You know, they're 60 or 65 or 58 or whatever their age is, and they want to sell. And so you go in, we teach you how to go in and buy those companies with their money, not with your money, and to build an organization that helps you fulfill your dream for you and your family.
Excellent. That's wonderful. And a big portion of this, beyond just the business skills and you know, the full training that you're giving, is one part of it's just who am I? You know, this what I love is the laser beam focus versus ferocious focus.
Correct.
I love that. Ferocious focus. What particularly is that?
Well, I mean, I've never found somebody that was, you can't be part-time successful. You're either successful or you're not. And too many people coach, in my opinion, wrongly, that you can be, you know, you can do it part-time and you can do it sitting in your bathrobe in front of the internet and be a part-time successful person. And by ferocious focus, I mean you live, eat, and breathe it. I don't want you to die for it, but you live, eat, and breathe it, and it becomes all-consuming. It's your life, you know, it's like being an animal that hasn't been fed properly. I mean, they get pretty mean inside that cage, or out on the prairie for that matter, and they drive themselves. And I realize that in the 21st century, it may not be considered politically correct to be so laser beam ferociously focused. But I mean, if you want what you want bad enough, you'll learn to be focused. I like to use the analogy. You hear about women that their car falls on their kid, and a little 100-pound woman lifts the back end of the car off her child. She's focused, right? She's ferocious, for sure. And that's why I also consider that women are the tougher sex by far and away. If men had to have babies, we'd have about 50,000 people on the earth instead of 6.7 billion. And for sure, that's my experience. and some of my most successful partners in business over the years have all been women. There's a woman, a Canadian woman named Burl Henderson, used to be Burl Crump before she got married, and I've known her since 1993, and she is a big-time successful person. I believe she's from Ottawa, unless she's moved recently, and I have other very successful women partners, because women take the macho out of it. They can really focus on what's important and to get it done. They're the best multitaskers I know. Men have to put their ego in it and figure it out and this, that, and the other thing, whereas a woman just says, as Mrs. Thatcher, Maggie Thatcher used to say, if you want to talk about it, give it to a man. If you want it done, give it to a woman.
Yeah, sure.
And that's been my experience. That's been my experience. I mean, but it's all about, and I would recommend the people that are listening to go to my newsletter on my website that I just published a couple days ago. It's all about, do you want it bad enough? Back in the 70s and 80s and even in the 90s, self-help and personal development became very commonplace to talk about it. You talk about it at a cocktail party. I went to the Skye seminar, I went to this spiritual awakening, et cetera, et cetera. But it's all about talking about it, and what we do is we do it. And if you look on the website, we have countless testimonials, and we're on YouTube interviews of all these people that have been super successful. But don't get me wrong, it's hard. It's extremely hard. But for those that really want it, it's achievable. You got to want it, though. You can't pretend.
Absolutely. And I think too, it's about getting absolutely real and ripping those layers of the habitual, repetitive patterns that have just become commonplace. And when you rip those places away from yourself and you're direct with yourself, you're fully accountable, you're fully responsible. There's no blame game, there's no victimhood, there's no, it didn't work because, there's no excuses. It's just, it's your life, it's your success, and it's up to you to fulfill that. And of course, gather people around you who can also attribute to making that successful. But, I do hear that in your voice that when you go through this is what you're doing. You're getting real with yourself. And you're really looking at what you want best and how can you do it. And you're going, hey, here it is. This is how you can do it. Here's the plan. Here's the strategy.
You have to get honest with yourself.
Yeah, you do. And you just got to be really, really honest and truthful and say, hey, how bad do I want this? And what can I give up to get what I really want? And if I'm really giving up anything, or am I just comfortable with that?
And giving up something that I call pay price to action. For everything in life, there's an action and reaction. We all know how to lose weight. And, and 40% of America, I don't know about Canada, but 40% of America is overweight. But we know what it takes. It takes discipline, less calories, and more exercise. It's pretty damn simple. But, do we really mind having a pot belly, or don't we mind having a pot belly? I work out in the gym between 60 and 90 minutes, 5-6 days a week, and that's including my travels. So, sometimes this morning I had to get up at 4 o'clock to work out so I could get here to the airport early before check-in so I can make your call. But did I want to get up at 4 o'clock? No. Are you kidding me? I didn't go to bed till 12:45. I was sitting here in the Chinese people, they like the toast. They're this little white lightning kind of liquor. And I wanted to get up like I wanted to drop dead basically. But I got up, I went to the gym in the hotel at the Four Seasons here in Shanghai. And because I could just have easily convinced myself, no, I gotta talk to Skye King later. I'll skip going to the gym this morning. But I didn't. I went to the gym. Now I'm able to brag about it on radio. But it's making those commitments in life, and I liken it to raising children. Raising children's not easy, and I've been a more successful businessman than I have been a father. I made a speech last night about that with my youngest son sitting next to me, and it's the truth. And you just got to bear with it. The kids do things wrong. They get in trouble. The teachers call you.